Hello everyone, this is That's My Pizza with some more Langrisser Mobile, and yeah, this is the second week of Apex Arena, and also I believe the first week of the Summit Der Langrisser. So today I will be reviewing pretty much all the matches that, well, some group stage matches that were done for TSDL. So Punisha asked the Discord group to review some of their games, and here I go. So let's see what's going on here. So first off, let's see what's in each box. So Punisha, wow. So looks like 3 tanks, so it looks like he wants to go tank push, but 3 healers as well, so yeah, that's kind of standard for tank push. And then Polial, who I don't know how well she fits in this box, but she can work, I suppose. Well, Raven has a very interesting box, like very off-meta stuff. Like he has Freya, Wandering Duelist, who is actually very, very bad. Same with Ashmere, who's very bad for PvP. And then I believe, yeah, okay, so 2 tanks. Both are synergized very well with his box, and he kind of has a mix of, like, well, actually, he just has like 1 assassin, 2 healers, which is pretty standard for kind of a tank. Well, actually 3 healers, so kind of different. And then his damage deals are actually kind of weird because the only like main damage dealers they have, well, meta ones would be Neo, Zerda, and then Gintoki, but no Wedum, which is kind of surprising. Yeah. In any case, let's see what goes on. So Punisha bans out Neo Zerda here, and let's see what Raven does. So Neo Alma, so that's forcing Punisha to pick a tank for his turn, which isn't too bad. And then Raven picks up a tank here, which is actually a pretty good idea, even though Punisha actually has a good amount of AoE. So I think these bans were kind of the Rosensteel ban was good since probably wants to go AoE against Raven right here. And then he picks up Landius, which is fine since he's playing tank push. Then he bans out Gintoki and Neo Zerda, who are both very good and can do both AoE and single target. So very solid bans on Raven's part. And then Raven picks up Oboro, which very good pick against Punisha because that kind of forces Punisha to pick up an assassin so he can get through Oboro before he gets too strong. But I think even with that, I think Punisha could still mess up Raven a lot. I think of all of his teams, all of Punisha's units, I think Cher would probably be the least useful here. Then Ironblood and Diehard are banned out. Very solid, but kind of questionable in all honesty. I probably would have banned out like Gintoki here because Diehard's pretty good, but Diehard would be pretty good against Punisha since he's running tank push, but Ironblood would not be very useful here because Landius would be guarding, and Ironblood would have to go through Landius, which Landius is pretty much a punching bag, so he's not really going to be doing much except eating hits and creating space for Punisha. And then Raven bans out Rosensteel and Epsilon, so now Punisha basically has no assassins to really deal with these 2. Okay, so Wandering Duelist and Ashmere. I have to really question that because Wandering Duelist just isn't very great in general, and she can't disable Landius' passive anyway, so that's kind of a waste. Yeah, he really should have banned out Gintoki much earlier, and then Ashmere's not very good. Honestly, if you really want to be a little trickier, probably would have wanted to ban out, say, like Gintoki and Sissy White right here, because Gintoki's just really strong, and Sissy White has the Act Again and a bunch of other stuff. Alternatively, you would want to get rid of Elma since she can kind of deal with AoE stuff. Anyways, let's keep going. So Punisha picks up Liana here, which is fine, and then loses Ironblood and Polial here, and then Gintoki is picked up, and Gintoki's probably going to carry this here. Whoop. That's my desk. Yeah, picking Sherry here was a mistake. In all honesty, probably wanted to pick either Wedum or Lucretia here, since both can do AoE. Wedum doesn't need a attack buff since he has that built into his 3C. And yeah, he's just generally very strong. And then same with Lucretia, and now Punisha is pretty much going to be left with a choice between Hilda and Neo Elma, which is not very good. What actually he's going to be left with Lucretia for some reason. So yeah, and then Elma's picked up, and then Lucretia is picked up here. So yeah, this could be pretty interesting, but my main prediction is Gintoki's probably gonna roll over Punisha's team, and if that doesn't happen, then Oboro's gonna do it. So yeah, what Punisha really needs to do is get up there, assassinate either Oboro or Gintoki, and then hope for the best. Okay, so Oboro moves up one space, and so he doesn't get completely messed up. And then McLean Totsugetsuki's up forward, which is kind of whatever. Yeah, he doesn't really use it on himself or in an interesting place, but it doesn't really matter since he's just getting set up anyways. So Light Mirror is going down on Neo Elma, which is fine. Then Holy Summoning. So yeah, Raven's probably going to turtle over there, and Punisha basically needs to get in there super quickly so he can take out the Oboro or the... Okay, this is probably not a good move. So yeah, he's gonna go in, try to assassinate the Elma, and whiff completely. And that's the problem with like most holy units now, is that they generally have fixed immunities if they're running both like Holy Main class and Shrine Maidens, because you won't be able to punch through that with a physical unit or a unit without magical soldiers and assassin skill. So yeah, that's kind of unfortunate. So yeah, and Oboro's just getting slightly more powerful. I honestly think it would have been smarter to save that act again for, say, this turn, so he can go in and then just double tap one of Raven's units, because he could just send in McLean Riptide Component and fart out the Terrifying Wave, which would do a good amount of damage, and then potentially kill off Elma with a follow-up assassin skill, whichever. So Landius is moving up. So yeah, essentially Raven is pretty much... Oh, this might be a mistake. Okay, so yeah, he farts out Terrifying Wave here, and then whiffs the kill, and then doesn't do much damage, and then Elma is going to heal up, which, yeah, and if Punisha actually saved his act again for this turn, then he could have easily taken out the Elma here. Anyways, Holy Healing, yeah, because... Okay. And then Landius is probably going to lose his life here, yeah. Yeah, the thing about Landius is that pretty much he can't take melee hits at all, and yeah, it's very unfortunate. Like, I personally don't think Landius is a very good tank, and I think I actually removed him from my box since I just don't think he's super useful. Anyways, Raven's gonna go in and finish off the Landius here, or whiff it, just barely. And then he's gonna send in, we'll do that, and try to heal up Landius a little bit and get an attack buff, but Raven pretty much charged up enough, and now he's just gonna go in and probably finish off the Landius. And then, yeah, Landius is gonna die here, and then Gintoki's just gonna run rampant on Punish's team. Oh, yeah, and this is probably going to whiff too. Oh, nope, that doesn't. So that does a lot of damage, but it's not a big deal. So yeah, not looking good here. Also, let me just move this back. So instead of attacking from here, it probably would have been smarter to actually move over here and attack. But honestly, Gintoki wouldn't be able to reach either way. He could scooter dash, I suppose, but right now he can just move here, scooter dash, and hit 2 units, which is not super ideal. So yeah, he's gonna... Oh, he didn't scooter dash here. So then McClane is just gonna go and finish her off, which... Interesting. But yeah. Yeah, Punisha is just gonna have a really hard time dealing with... Oh, this is very interesting. Yeah, he's gonna have a hard time dealing with this setup. Because he can go in and take out the Sherry, which probably isn't super great. Yeah, he's gonna take out the Sherry here, and then he's gonna move up Neo Elma and probably hit the Liana right here. Oh wait, never mind. So he's not gonna do that. So Terrifying Way goes down again. Not a big deal. Oh, and stuns stuns the Gintoki, but that's not really a big deal since he can get rid of that right now with that. So he's gonna act again the McClane, and I think the McClane's gonna try to assassinate the Gintoki here. Oh, interesting. Yeah, so that goes down, pretty much doesn't do anything. Hits the what's her name? Oh, whatever. So yeah. Looks like Gintoki's pretty much gonna go bananas here. Yeah, that basically did nothing. So yeah, Tokyo goes down again. It's gonna not kill off McClane, surprisingly. But it breaks pretty much all of his equipment, but... Yeah, Punisha Raven has a fully powered up Gintoki, so it's gonna be pretty rough for him. So, looks like Punisha is just gonna keep spamming that on Gintoki, but the thing is, Gintoki's just very, very strong at this point. And even with all the water support, it's gonna be pretty hard to actually take him down. And basically, yeah, Punisha is pretty much running out of cooldowns at this point, and Gintoki's just gonna walk all over him. So sugar intake, and this probably... Oh yeah, another issue is that Punisha actually moved out of McClane's water, so he just dies in one hit. Yeah, so let's go back to last turn. So yeah, he didn't pay attention to his stream terrain, because you kind of, like, outside the first few turns, McClane's, you need to be very careful with stream, like the stream terrain, because if McClane's not in it, it doesn't have a second life. Anyways, we keep going. McClane goes down here, and then Punisha pretty much loses since he needs to get through the Neo Alma before he can actually start taking down the Gintoki. So yeah. So Neo Alma loses her first life finally, but it's just too little too late at this point. Yeah, because she gets healed to full and then of creation, but the thing is, well, let's look at her cooldowns as well, because Neo Alma could probably just, yeah, Neo Alma can just go in and just auto attack. Also, I'm just kind of curious about why he brought Light Flow instead of Discipline here, because Discipline's just a much better skill. Anyways, so that happens. Like, I actually think if this Neo Alma had Discipline, they could probably kill off this Liana. But whatever. So Gintoki gets buffed up, and he's gonna go kill off this Liana right now. I think she's gonna be using Freeze Strike, which doesn't kill. And yeah, huh? Yeah, that's surprising, because here I would have just gone in and killed off the Liana. What the heck? Yeah, what the heck? Like, an auto attack would have killed off the Liana, but Lightbringer goes down. That's surprising. Well, it doesn't really matter, since Gintoki gets sacked again now. What? Okay. Okay. Well, now, Lucretia is kind of debuffed, but it's not really a big deal, since Gintoki probably has sugar intake again. Yeah, he's just gonna do that. And just probably finish off Lucretia with an auto attack. Yeah, and there Lucretia goes. Honestly, it would have been better to just stand right there and attack, because then he would have popped the Liana's Shine Maidens. Anyways, that's the first game between Punisha and Raven. Kind of interesting in that I feel like both players could have made a lot more efficient moves. Like, they could have gone for more one-hit KOs on the key units on either team, but it's neither here nor there. Okay, so we're into game 2 of Punisha versus Raven. Let's see what's going on. So first off, let's see if the box has changed at all. Okay, yeah, looks like the boxes didn't change, so I'm not gonna analyze that. So Neoma and Zed are banned. Landius is picked here because Punisha is running tank push strat. Then McLean and Rosenseal are banned, forcing out that healer pick, and then Neoma is picked up here, and yeah. So Rosenseal, okay, that's pretty good. And then he picks up Liana, also pretty good pick. And then Gintoki and Neo Zed are banned out, which are fine. Gintoki is picked. Okay, so honestly here, Punisha pretty much needs to pick his carries. And I think with this ban and this ban, he was intending to pick up an AoE unit. And if he picks up Cher here, I don't know what Punisha is thinking. And picks up Epsilon. So he's going for an assassin strat, even though his box is more tuned for AoE. So, okay. So Sophia is here, picked up here, so it's more likely that he can tank an Epsilon, which, not a bad idea. I think here, probably picking up Wedum would be a good idea to just inflict the heal debuff, but instead he picks up Iron Blood, which I don't think was a good pick, because she's kind of restricted by this map, and I think the main way to bust through Raven's tank push stuff would probably be to ban out the remaining of his remaining healers and then throw AoE on him while Epsilon cleans up the enemy, cleans him up. Oh, we get to see Wandering Duelist here, so that'll be interesting. So assassins are banned, healers banned. He honestly should have banned out the what's her name, Alma here, but I guess Freya's fine. I personally wouldn't have picked it. And so, very interesting. So he picked up unicorns for some reason, which I probably would have focused on using whatchamacallit, the Sansi Mercs, because generally they're just better at busting through tanks, because generally tanks are running either phalanxes or some kind of infantry, not heavy infantry, the dark guards or whatever. And those guys are very tanky, but they also have the infantry soldier tech that decreases the damage they take by 20% when at high HP. Well, anyways. Well, that'd make it harder to bust through Neo Elma, but Iron Blood would not bust through through Elma anyways. Yeah. So Iron Blood wouldn't have busted through Neo Elma anyway, so it wouldn't really have mattered. So I think here Raven is, well, not Raven, but Punisha is looking to get a pick with Epsilon. Alright, so that goes down. Yeah. And I wonder if Punisha is kind of scared of throwing AoE on Raven's team, because Gin will get buffed that way, but honestly I think he just wants to probably wants to focus just on, oh, this is gonna whiff. Yeah, big whiff. Yeah, that was not a good move, because now Epsilon is purely exposed, and even if he did get the kill on Gintoki, Epsilon would pretty much have no support, and if he did, Landius isn't even in range, so really, really bad move there. So yeah, Epsilon's pretty much a free kill here. And then Raven is gonna heal up and... Oh yeah. Yeah, like this is what he should have led with. Because that would have decreased... yeah, that would have decreased... Well, increased the chance of getting a kill on Gin, and it might have inflicted some nasty debuffs on him, though. He still had Sophia there, so there's not really a lot he could have done. But he pretty much just ran in too quickly, because now Epsilon pretty much can't do anything. Yeah, and then... Ooh, yeah. Yeah, and Gintoki can probably just walk up to Epsilon and just insta-kill him. Yeah, he's at like 30 HP, yep. So yeah, there goes Epsilon, and now Raven, well, that's one of Punisha's main carries down for basically nothing. Yeah, it's gonna be really, really hard for him to bust through these two tanks, even though one of the tanks is Freya. Okay, so that's a very dead Freya for some reason. Well, yeah, that's a very, very dead Freya. And then we have Gintoki, who's probably gonna just murder the first life on Landius, and then... Oh, no, that doesn't happen, but now I think his 2-range guard is gone, so now Wandering Duelist can just take out the Iron Blood. Yep, and then... Yep, that's a very dead Iron Blood. Wow. Right? Wow. Even with, like, her personal stuff, Neo Brenda took so much damage. Oh, and that's a very dead. Very, very dead. Yeah, and now, pretty much, this is over. Okay, I don't think I need to show this, So yeah, Punisha's getting further trapped back there because his guard got dispelled, and then I think, yeah, Gintoki just goes and kills off Landius, and now Punisha needs to get through the Neo Elma before he can actually start doing getting meaningful kills, and yeah, and that's pretty much over. So I'd say pretty much Punisha's main issue is right now is not knowing when he can get kills and what units to kill. So honestly, the main thing about Apex Arena is getting rid of the enemy DPS like pretty much as quickly as possible, and then pretty much steamrolling the rest of it. And I'd say not really knowing what strategy to use at the beginning. Well, what strategy to use to defeat your opponents. Like, I was pretty surprised he wasn't trying to use AoE more often, because that would have messed up Raven's team a bit quicker, since Punisha kept banning out Rosensteel early, and the only real healers Raven had left were Sissy White and Sophia, who both aren't very good at dispelling buffs, well, debuffs. And then Raven, I think he's just playing a fun box, which I think is good, but I think he's also being kind of a little too hesitant in going for kills. Like, in the first match, he could have like killed off the Liana and prevented the act again, and losing his Neo Elma was a pretty big mistake that he could have easily prevented. Anyways, I'm gonna pull up the next game in a moment, so I'm gonna go to my loading screen. 1 second. Okay, let me just mark that I took care of this. Okay, there we go. That's done. And then Hayl versus Newbie. Oh, this should be pretty interesting. 1 second. Hayl versus Newbie. So cross server, add friend, Baldea, and then here we go. Did I spell that right? Oh, here we go. Hayl. Check name card, and then here are moments, and then versus Newbie. Okay, here we go. Let me just pull up right screen. Here we go. And then on to Hayl versus Newbie. And it looks like Hayl beat Newbie twice, so this should be interesting. Okay, so let's look at the stuff again. So Newbie's team is actually kind of weird. Like, he's a mix of both AoE and single target, which I don't know how this box really synergizes with itself. Like, he can throw Juggler at the team, but Juggler will pretty much die in one shot no matter what. There's Oboro, who's usually used in tank push strategies, and there's basically no act against support, so he can't really charge up quickly. Are there no tanks in this box? Yeah, the only unit with like a guard is, well, Juggler, whose tanking abilities are not very good anymore, and Poyao, who has a revive and a guard skill, so there's that. And then what else? So yeah, pretty much everything else is just like turn 1, well, not even turn 1 rush. This is like turn 2 rush, which is not great. And so Hayl is running very tank pushy. Like, he has 4 tanks, a couple healers, well, 4 healers, and then the rest are just kind of weird DPS. So yeah, that's a very interesting box. So yeah, Newbie bans out the Rosen Seal since, I don't know, he wants to run AoE. And then he loses Neo Zerida, which, oof. Well, pretty common. And then Hayl picks up Neo Zerida, which, yeah. Okay, but here, Newbie bans out Hilda for some reason. I don't know why. And then bans out Wedham, which, okay. Like, I'm kind of questioning why Newbie didn't just start banning out Neo Zerida and ban out like all the DPS, so Hayl's forced to run like 2 tanks or 2 healers. Because in that scenario, he could easily just pick up Oboro and wait 4 turns to win, basically win. So he picks up Oboro here, which against a Neo Zerida and pretty much a bunch of other units that can just rush in and kill him. Yeah, that's not good. So Newbie loses those 2, and Hayl picks up Diehard, which, yeah, that's pretty much Hayl's main strategy. And then Newbie keeps going with a ban out 1 tank and then ban out 1 DPS, which is interesting to say the least. But I guess he's trying to force out the tank pick right here now. But I kind of think it's a little too late. So yeah, now Hayl's just gonna pick up mobility because he knows that pretty much he can pick up a tank if he really needs one by picking up Sissy White, or he can just sacrifice turn one of his units into a sacrificial lamb. So yeah, Newbie's just picking up a bunch of assassins here, and then Oboro is picked, which I guess that works. And then Sissy White is down, and then same with what's his name, lost him. Okay, so that's an interesting pick van session. So lost him's pick it up here, and then those 2 are lost, which honestly I don't think, probably should have banned out Asusa and then Warner, because if Hayl just kills off 1 unit, Kyura becomes a lot less threatening. And then what's her name is picked up, Sophia. So yeah, Newbie is just going full on DPS run at the enemy team, so not a lot of utility, which is kind of funny. So yeah, there's that. So I think the first move from both sides are pretty much going to be setting up Oboro, which I honestly think that was a mistake, because Oboro probably needs to be moved up 1 square, because the poison gas will start coming in, and it'll reach, if Oboro is here on turn 3, then he can pretty much get get to full stacks. And oh, these are Sand Sea marks with a new skin. Might need to use that later. So yeah, pre-standardy stuff with Newbie. He's just gonna buff up one of his units and then throw one of them at Hayl and hopefully get a kill, which, yeah, pretty standard. But I'm very interested to see what Hayl's gonna do with this Yanni, and I'm only gonna call Onkademo Yanni because her full name is a pain in the butt to say. Because normally what Yannis do is they bring, whatchamacallit, the Dropnir and Crystal Sage, and pretty much just reflect a bunch of range damage and potentially one-shots Die-Hard, like any ranged unit. Like, that happened to me. I actually did that to somebody earlier today, which was kind of funny. Anyways, so Die-Hard is going in, but it looks like Hayl wants to actually use Yanni to actually get a kill, which, okay. So yeah, that goes down, and then... Okay, this is interesting. Oh, and the Die-Hard gets a breeze. That's funny. So yeah, this Die-Hard pretty much needs to either act right now, and he probably actually can kill this Oboro here, which honestly I don't think is probably the most useful thing, because his Oboro is getting threatened by Warner, but we'll see. So yeah, so he goes in and kills off the Oboro here. Yep. So does some damage to... Oh, that's a lot of damage. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. So now he's gonna probably go in and stun the wall. Oh, stun the enemy Die-Hard. But that's actually not very good, because now MeowSensei can just teleport here, kill off the Lost him, and break the shield. Okay, so yeah. Oboro's just charging, pretty much doing nothing, and then, oh. This Warner probably is setting up a defensive stance, so Yanni's probably just going to ignore him. And then Hayl jumps all the way over and probably one-shots the... That works. So yeah, that's a very dead Die-Hard, and then Decisive Blade goes down, pops the shield, and then, yeah. Oh, he wasn't using counter stance, that's interesting. So yeah, that's a very dead Warner. So I think that was pretty much a mistake on Newbie's part, even though he pretty much had no other option but to do strike stance. But whatever, this is pretty much over. Like, Hayl already got like how many kills already? He got like 3 kills already. So yeah, Newbie concedes there. Yeah, it was like a 3-for-1 trade, which is pretty much a game ender there. Oh, Newbie picks up... That's interesting. So, Newbie picked up Helena and Kagura and traded out these two, which I think is a good idea. Pretty good idea, but honestly, I think Newbie really should just pick up Poyao first now. He picks up Warner. Why did he pick up Warner here? Like, there's no real major checks that Warner can do against Hayl's box. Like, I guess he's worried about not being able to kill off like all these units that are like pretty much like yeah, all these units that are protected by Rosenseal, but he can ban out Rosenseal if... Oh, never mind, Rosenseal's picked here. Nah. So yeah, Epsilon... Now, Newbie's pretty much forced to going single target assassin, which, fine, I guess, but he's gonna struggle a lot with all this. Yeah, so Newbie's actually going with DPS ban strat this time, but I don't think he's banning out the right units, which is the case. Like, probably if you want to do this stuff, you might have wanted to actually just ban out like McLean and then wet him last turn, because Oboro, as much support as Hayl's giving him, I think Newbie could probably just pick up the Oboro with the right setup. Anyways, so loses Azusa, and her picks up her Hilda, which, okay. And then, okay, so now Hayl's pretty much only left with DPS units. Well, he has only one DPS unit, which can pretty much easily get killed off. And yeah, Newbie can easily assassinate one of Hayl's things. Yeah, he pretty much went... I have no idea why he picked up Wedum there. It's probably for the spell, but honestly, Wedum isn't gonna be doing anything because there's 2 tanks. Oh, I don't know if that was a good move because... Oh, actually, that's a fine move because Wedum. That was a fine move because all Newbie really needs to do here is just kill off the Wedum and he'll win. And he has like 3 assassins to do that. So Mass Crystal Healing goes down. Honestly, I kind of think that... Yeah, I'm pretty sure Wedum could pretty much just bring Air Slash here. Though it probably wouldn't be a good idea. And that's a lot of act again. Prevention. That's funny. So yeah, let's see what's going on here. So Wedum probably bought the single target skill and last stand, Whirlwind Ride. So yeah, not a bad idea. So it makes him a lot more tanky. So pretty much Newbie's whole strategy here, it depends on whether he can one-shot the Wedum or not, which I don't think he can do at this point. So Annihilate, Hayl goes in and probably one-shots this Oh, not quite one-shots the Juggler, but leave him in a very bad spot. Oh, interesting. Oh, and yeah, that's probably a very dead Wedum at this point. Oh, wow, that whiffed. I gotta see this. Yeah, that was a pretty risky play on Hayl's part. But I think the major thing is that he couldn't get crit here, so there's that. Yeah, and his soldiers were pretty much at full. Yeah, I'm just kind of surprised Hayl didn't move Rosen Seal up slightly more to make sure that Wedum could be so the Wedum could get healed up again after he moved. But anyways, that's fine. Pretty much he needs to pop a heal on Wedum or he's gonna get killed by AoE. Though I think Lostum can pretty much any unit can kill off the Wedum right here. So I'm kind of interested. Oh yeah, and Wedum just moves back. That's interesting. So, oh yeah, I should turn this off. So Wedum pretty much whiffs the first kill. Whiffs that. Doesn't really do much, and then Juggler is stunned. So, oh, and he's probably gonna die in a second. Okay, so that happens. Okay, uses Miracle here. Smart move. And then Sophia's probably just gonna... Ooh. He really wants to kill that Wedum. Or, no. He's gonna attack the Hilda with the kill. Which, yeah. Like, pretty much his main unit... The main unit he needs to kill is just the Wedum. And just wasting skills on other units at this point is just kind of pointless. Well, anyways. So yeah, now Wedum pretty much has like full control of this. And that's not really going to do that much. Yeah, and then Juggler dies. Pretty much for free. Though, it's kind of interesting because now... Yeah, now Wedum is... Oh, Sophia is vulnerable to Assassin Skill and dies. Pretty good move, but unfortunately Hayl still has like Still has Rosen Seal. Okay, this is funny. So yeah, Newbie is pretty much struggling to get any kills right now, and then Landius just finishes off what's his name? Lost him there. But it's a little too late at this point. So yeah, hits the Landius, but the Landius is so tanky that it doesn't really do much. Also, he's just using a normal attack. So Landius gets healed up, and then Newbie tries to finish off the Wedam, but whiffs because he has Wedam has so much DP. It's just so tanky. He has so much support at this point. Oh, and this is gonna whiff. Yeah, because dual bladed strike. Well, not dual bladed strike, but rending blow actually doesn't do a ton of damage. So now Epsilon is pretty much alive because I think Hayl is playing a very well. He's using, I think, Boulder, so he has a lot more defensive stats. And then Landius pretty much takes no damage there. And there goes what's his name, Epsilon. And now, yeah, Wedam is pretty much fully protected, and this match is over because Wedam isn't. Hayl's Wedam isn't dead, and then there's pretty much no way Werner or Wedam can bust through like all the support for Venomy Wedam, and Rosenseal's still up, so the tanks will never die. So yeah, Wedam just auto attacks, pretty much does nothing, and then yeah, Landius just keeps moving forward. And what's this Werner do? What did Werner do here? Oh, nothing. Because all of his skills are on cooldown. So yeah, just does nothing. Moves up. Oh wait, stuns the Werner. And then finishes off the Werner. So yeah, Newbie loses there. So yeah, that's those 2 games. So all I can really say is that I think Hayl played the Pigpan Vase very well, and then Newbie just wasn't able to clutch out the kills he needed to actually win. But a very good match. Very interesting to see 2 very different playstyles go against each other. Alright, so let's go to the next set of games. One moment. Oh, whoops. I think that game actually got covered already, so this time I'm actually going to go to Zed versus MeowSensei. Okay, so Zed versus MeowSensei. One moment. Then I think after that I'll do TrueH3R0 Vs Niv. After that, I'm probably going to call it there because I've covered quite a few matches. Okay, so Baldea, Zed. And it is Lucius Gate. Okay. Okay, there we go. Enter name and search. That's not the right Zed. And am I on the and Zed? Huh. I don't think this is the right server? I don't know. I'm just getting a lot of results. Weird. Yeah, and this is Lucius Gate. Right? Yeah. Weird. Because I'm not seeing any ones that are, like, recent. Maybe I'll just go through each server then. So that shouldn't take me that much time. But there are a lot of Zeds. Alright, Baldea. Okay, I don't think this is it either. I don't think he's in either of those servers. And then there's just a bunch of dead accounts that I need to get through. Okay, let's check this one, I guess. Anything that's online or recent. And I think, okay. Yeah, I'm not finding it. Okay. Yeah, I think. If I can't find it, I can't find it. Okay, so Rogue Valley, Dark Cave, I guess. Yeah, I'm just kind of skimming this because there's just a lot of names. So Emerald City, I did Dark Cave, Mirror. I think I need to go to Mirror Port next. Okay, this is the same stuff. So Crossroads then. Okay. Yeah, just a bunch of dead accounts. Floating City. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's the same. Let me try a regular. Okay. Nope. Ancient Ruins. Maybe it's lowercase z, then Lucifer's Gate. Yeah, I'll try lowercase z then. Yeah, I can't find it. Oh well. Oh well, I'll look for it some other time, I guess, since I'm low on time, and then I'll just go to TrueH3R0 Vs Niv. Alright, let's go to Baldea. And then and then okay, I'll change that up. There we go. Oh wait, there we go. There's two TrueH3ROs, huh? Oh, whoops, son of a gun. Okay, here we go. Check name card. Moment, and then okay. Okay, so now I found it. Huh. I have a feeling that I did not change out my intro screen. Oh, whatever. I'll fix that in post. Okay, so TrueH3R0 versus Niv, whatever. So let's jump into this. Okay, let's look at both boxes. It looks like TrueH3R0 is running like pretty much AoE. Yeah, he's running pretty much all AoE with one or two single target units. Yeah, he's running Clotaire, he's running Julian, he's running Kruger. Yeah, this is just like full on AoE rush. While Niv is running more of a kind of a standard box though. He doesn't. Yeah, two tanks, 3 healers. No Neo Alma, which is surprising, but whatever. Also, this Polyal is Holy, which is not very common because most are just most are run as Lancers with Apex boots and pretty much all that jazz. But yeah, pretty standard box on Niv's part, except I'd say he's kind of missing out on some of the main like meta units. Like I'd say he's missing out on like Sissy White, who's a very good healer. He's using Leanna, who's kind of uncommon. He's using Ares, who's pretty much got phased out a couple seasons ago. He's still using Sherry, who is good but not great. Anyways, so Niv loses Rosenseal, which is pretty standard, and TrueH3R0 picks up Polyal. So yeah. The interesting thing about Polyal is her terrain doesn't give extra movement for the entire like span of it. It's actually only 1 extra movement if they move over it. So it's kind of like Luna's aura, in that they get 2 free spaces of movement for that entire like aura area. So yeah. So Polyal is picked, and then oh, that's not a good pick because. Yeah, Niv really need to realize that this is pretty much just an AoE box, and so a tank is kind of picking a tank first is kind of pointless. Like honestly, if he got both his tanks banned out here, it wouldn't have been a big deal because he could have just picked up Polyal to just tank a hit or something and revive. And then I'm surprised TrueH3R0 didn't ban out the 2 healers here. But I guess that's fine because the healers in question aren't the best. Yeah, so those 2 are banned out. Honestly, I'm surprised that Niv didn't go like pick up Liana first and then pick up another unit that could just follow up. So you can just pick up. Yeah, it's very weird. Like, I really wouldn't have picked up a tank in this situation at all. Like, that would have been my last pick if I was left it. And then he picks up Tiras here, which she's not great because her AoE healing isn't great. Yeah, the Niv's pick ban phase is just not great here. So who's TrueH3R0 gonna pick? I'd say probably you could honestly pick up Gintoki at this point if you really want to, but okay. So it looks like TrueH3R0 is just gonna buff up either Polyal or Matthew, so he can just get a turn 1 strike, which is pretty common for these AoE rush boxes. So TrueH3R0 loses his tanks, but that's not really a big deal since there aren't really any long ranged units that can hit single targets besides like Lucretia, but Lucretia kind of struggles against AoE. Ooh, that's actually a very good pick. Like, honestly, I think TrueH3R0 would have wanted to ban out the Neo Zerda here since she's just a menace to deal with. And yeah, like, yeah. But yeah, honestly, I think he could have just left the Matthew or the enemy Polyal instead, because Neo Zerda is just so much of a pain to deal with since she can teleport pretty much anywhere. Ares and Liana's banned out. Pretty good ends there since Liana can really mess things up. And then Gintoki's picked up here. Very good pick. And then TrueH3R0 loses those 2. And then Sherry's picked up. So that's a pretty good ban and pickup since Sherry can kind of run over the enemy team. But I think here Kruger or Vincent will just mess up her day since Vincent can disable her Gallop. And then Kruger is just pretty much a time bomb. So yeah. Yeah, honestly, I think picking up Kruger actually would have been a better idea here, since you can pretty much throw on Kruger, dispel a bunch of buffs, inflict a ton of debuffs, and then he won't really care about not having a revive since Neo Zerda just ignores that. Anyways. So yeah. Okay, so yeah, pretty much Ironblood throws down the attack buff and the speed boost, so now pretty much TrueH3R0 can run at the entire enemy team, which is funny. Honestly, I think it would have been funnier if Vincent brought like Hellhounds here, so he could actually benefit from the Polyal's 3C, but I guess that's kind of not necessary. Oh geez. So here, yeah, this is not good optics for Niv. Oh, yep. Okay, so yeah. He goes in, smacks the entire team, dispels a bunch of stuff, and does a lot of damage. Teleports back, and then probably will die. Ooh. Oh, yeah, this is not good. So yeah, I guess he's gonna attack Gintoki right here, yeah. But Gintoki's gonna do a shit ton of damage, and I don't think... Yeah. Yeah, Zerado's just too weak at this point that she can't really do much. So yeah, this is pretty much over. And then Polyal's just gonna Hurricane Dash, I guess. Oh wow, that did a lot of damage. How much attack does she have? A lot. Yep, and there goes Neo Zerda, so Niv pretty much has no really good options here. Epsilon, I think his faction buff got dispelled, so yeah. He's trying to take out the Matthew right here, but it's a tank. Tanks aren't going to do stuff. And then he kills off Tiaras, which, yeah, not surprising. That's a very dead Matthew, but at this point it doesn't even matter. because that was basically a 2-for-1 trade, which is very bad. And then I think she's gonna go against the, the Gintoki, and the Actually, I don't think the Gintoki's gonna die here. Oh, never mind, he died. Yeah, but that's... Oh, that's funny. So yeah, that's a very dead... Whatchamacallit? Yeah, that's very dead. What's her name? Oh, search. Okay, I'll try that again. Thanks for the advice, Creamy Mommy. But yeah, that's a very dead Zerida, and then this Epsilon needs to pretty much carry this entire fight with no faction buff. But that's really not gonna happen. Yeah, sorry about that. Sorry about that, Creamy Mommy. I didn't see it. Yeah, my current setup's not actually very good for reading chat. Oh, and that's a very dead Epsilon now, because now he's just gonna get stunned. Stunned, and then he's in the fog, and then he's dead. So now, yep, Niv loses. So pretty much, yeah, I think Niv really just did not pick ban very well there, and TrueH3R0 pretty much used his box pretty much how it's supposed to be used. So nothing really there to really say there besides it was kind of a steamroll. So Niv, oh, Niv is now using AoE rush. Well, not really AoE rush, but just rush in general. But that's kind of funny. Oh, and now TrueH3R0 is using a kind of different units. He's using what's his name, Archon, which I'm totally a fan of. And then yeah. So Zerida gets banned out, Wedham got banned out, and then she's picked up. Huh. I'm gonna see a lot of problems if Wedham's picked here. So he loses those two, and then Landius is picked up. Interesting. I guess it can work, since he still needs to deal with like these couple units, but I could totally see a different pick going down here. So McLean is banned out, Rosenseal is banned out. Next step, and NeoZera's picked up, which very good pick. So Polyoun's banned out here, and then teleport, support, and then ooh, Sissy White is picked here. So he's losing Gintoki and Wedham in response, but now TrueH3R0 pretty much can run pretty much any DPS he wants at this point. So Yanni is picked up, so that'll be fun. I'm just kind of interested to see which unit he's going to use as a carry. Is he going to use Archon as a carry? Because that's going to be funny. So those two are banned out, and then okay, Lucretia's picked up. Fair enough. And then Archon and what's his name are picked up, banned out, which fine. And then yeah, though Gintoki's picked up last, which is interesting. And honestly, this setup isn't too bad since Yanni has her teleport shenanigans that can help what's Lost and do stuff. Yeah, like what I could totally see happening is Yanni moving up here, throwing down like the teleport portal like up here. Yeah, like 1, 2, 4, yeah, right there. And then Lost him, and then throwing the return portal up there. Then Lost him can just like grapple to that, teleport there, and then pretty much gain a bunch of range. But anyways, Landius goes up, sets down his three range guard, and then mass attack goes down. Pretty standard stuff. So I guess what? Oh, interesting. So Niv uses his wild power, and then Gintoki gets super powered, which I'm actually kind of surprised that TrueH3R0 let that go through, because this is a very scary Gintoki now. Oh, so why is Gintoki going in right now? This is very risky. So Tokyo, he's probably gonna kill off Landius' first life here and take a bunch of retaliation damage. Oh no, jeez Louise, let me double check this. So, yeah, he got an attack damage dealt down, which pretty much saved the Landius. Also, he doesn't have Tier's Wrath, so he did a significantly less damage. So yeah, whiffs the kill on Landius when he really shouldn't have, and then Landius just gets healed back up to full, and yeah, pretty much, yeah, and now Gintoki can't get a kill here, and now he's pretty much just free food for TrueH3R0, because pretty much any unit can finish him off. Yeah, what a waste. So yeah, Gintoki goes down super early for pretty much nothing. Yeah, that's really disappointing. So yeah, now... Yeah, Niv went in way too fast for that. What the heck? So Bestial Outbreak. Okay, yeah, he's just throwing units at TrueH3R0 for some reason without, like, any regards to, like, turn order or what's going on, because pretty much what's happening is just throwing everything at TrueH3R0 and just whiffing so many kills. Oh, wow, and that kill whiffs. What the heck? Yeah, what the heck happened here? 1 second. Jeez Louise. So he goes in, day breaks, and... Oh, he whiffed the crit. He whiffed the crit. No wonder that did so little damage. Jeez. So yeah, another just free kill for TrueH3R0 without trying that even that hard. Yeah, and Epsilon goes down. Yeah, Niv is just not playing well. So yeah, the Arcane Golem goes down, but he's already lost 2 heroes for nothing, and he has no tank to actually, like... So he's going in and stunning the Landius, but the Neo Zerda, yeah, he can't even hit anything meaningful here. What the heck? Okay, so he's just gonna heal up, used Furious Duel, and teleport all the way back, so Neo Zerda can't do anything. Or, I guess. So Zerda teleports over there and doesn't get a kill because he has to go through the soldiers anyways. So he uses that, kills off Landius, and probably kills off the the soldier, but it's whatever. Like, this could be an issue, but the thing is, TrueH3R0 actually has a whatchamacallit act again here, so you can easily just kill off the Zerda. And the Zerda kills off Yanni, but it's not a big deal. Because what's going to happen here is just... Lostum is just going to go up and... Oh, not get a kill. That's interesting. So, Desperate Measures. And so I think he's actually going to just go up here. Oh, yeah, he can't get acted again due to the Zerda's Decisive Blade. That's... Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Oh, I think that's a mistake. Yeah, still can't do it. But the Zerda dies to a counterattack. Wow, this is a lot closer than I was thinking. Yeah, but just so many mistakes are being made right now. And then, oh, interesting. Oh, and now TrueH3R0 turned it around, and now Niv is stuck in the fog. Ha! That's funny. And then Mercenary dies, but whatever. Yeah, but the thing is, yeah. Wait, that's what gonna... Oh, that killed. Okay. That's interesting. I was just gonna say that. That's gonna be a bit tricky, but I guess Lostum can just use his, whatchamacallit. Oh, he can't use Furious Duel now. Oh, whatever, doesn't even matter. And yeah, Niv grasps the Fangs of Defeat from victory. Or however that's said. Anyways, Niv pretty much lost. There's so many silly plays on that. Like, I will admit I completely forgot about the Act Again prevention on Edge Drop Slash, but Jeez. That was very sloppy. Like, Niv's whole strategy of just throwing everything one at a time at TrueH3R did not work out for him at all. And he maybe almost got out that win due to MeowSensei, but just, I think her equipment's not great either, so can't really, she has a harder time carrying. Anyways, I'm going to swap over to, I'm going to swap over to see if I can find Zed's game. 1 second. Let me just get this up and then doot. Okay, 1 second, everyone. So let's do uppercase. Okay. So what did Creamy say? Okay. Cross server, add friend, Dalsis, Lucius, gate, and then uppercase. Z-E-D. Search. Huh. That's weird. Maybe Zed can, Creamy Mommy can help me with this. So essentially, I typed in the commands you said, and this is all I got. Yeah, and this definitely is not Zed. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, the thing about the search function for this is that it's not very good. Yeah, some funny letter. Is it like a Z3? Like Z3D or something like that? Okay. 1 second. Need to copy and paste my name from here to show up. Okay. Like that. Okay. That's weird. 1 second. C dot B. Oot. Oh. This? Check name card. Oh, here we go. Now we're talking. Okay. Alright, thanks for the help. That was very, very funny. Okay, so let's do Zed vs MeowSensei, which he requested. Alright, here we go, everybody. So, let's see. MeowSensei is running kind of, very tanky team. He has 4 units with guard, so he's kind of looks like he's focusing on tank push, even though he has like 2, even though he only has 2 healers, which is okay, I guess. A lot of these units can have some self-sustain, while Zed is running, oh boy, another rush team, my favorite type of team. I will say I actually don't like dealing with rush teams, because I think this morning I had to deal with like 3 of them, and I was P2 every single time, so I have a bit of a grudge against that. So Clotair's banned out first, which I think is very questionable, since MeowSensei can pretty much just first pick Resin Seal and then get a basically get a tank, so he won't have to deal with any funny debuffs. So where are you? Oh, I find rush players in like Gold 3 and Gold 2. It's so annoying. I still beat them. It's just annoying to deal with them. Because, like, every single time you have to deal with, oh, I'm going to get hit with a billion debuffs turn 1. But it's whatever. It's always a good experience to play against those types of players. But yeah, I think MeowSensei's first bound here is very unideal. Like, Clotair can come in turn 1, but most of this stuff can be undone with a single healer. So, let's see what Zed picks up here. So, MeowSensei is picked first. Very good first pick, because MeowSensei is just crazy good. And then Zed bans out the two main tanks, and then picks up his own MeowSensei, which, okay, fair enough. Yeah, honestly, I would ban MeowSensei first, because she can probably one-shot the Autocrado, but she can also kind of be dealt with by picking up McLean, so he might be trying to do that. But Polio and Gintoki are banned here, and McLean's picked, so I think Meow's pretty much counting on McLean's water to deal with all that stuff. And then let's see how Zed responds. Zed bans out Wedum and Gintoki and picks up his teleport, which that's one way to get around the water. And then bans out Lostum and Owen, both fairly good picks since they can kind of deal with the rest of Meow's team, but not very well in my opinion. And then Meow picks up Lostum, who would be very good in this sense because he can have a stun and make Neozeroda's life very hard. Bans out Iron Blood and Epsilon, good picks there. And who does he pick up? Lucretia. Yeah, that's a pretty good idea because Autocrado can't get around that. I think at this point, Meow might actually want to pick up Yanni or his own Lucretia. And then bans out those two. Good idea. So it looks like Meow is probably going to go tankless here. Picks up his own Lucretia, which is kind of risky since Neozeroda is here and Zed still has a tank. Like here, I would probably pick up Christiane, though. I think she could still get one shot by Neozeroda. And he picks up Matthew. So it looks like Zed is kind of counting on getting in first and pretty much killing off Meow's team before he can do anything. And Christiane and Florentia are banned out here. Fair bans, and I think Leon might actually be picked next. So yeah, Autocrado's picked up, and then what's her name picks up Resin Seal's picked up. So hooray, Neozeroda and Lucretia can get their revives, I guess. But I'm very wary about this team for Zed because MeowSensei has just a lot more area to maneuver, while Zed pretty much has not a lot of maneuverability. Like the main issue I think I'm gonna see here is that Zed is pretty much gonna get in a spot where he gets threatened by Lost Him and really can't do anything. Like that might be alleviated somewhat by the fact that the Matthew could have sprint or something, but it doesn't look like Matthew has sprint. He probably just has strike and yeah, edge drop slash, which is pretty normal. And then McLean throws down the water, and Lucretia moves up slightly. Yeah, but it's gonna be pretty tough for Lucretia to actually maneuver anywhere. Okay. So yeah, pretty much MeowSensei is going to be using Lost Him as a spacer, so if he gets too close, he can just go in and get a free kill. And now MeowSensei is just dropping all the water, so he has a bunch of maneuverability. And yeah, that's a very dead Matthew if Lost Him goes in. Though I don't think Lost Him can reach him. So, Magic Pulse, yep, that's a good idea, since that gives McLean a lot more annoying factor, since he can just drop down his water constantly. So yeah, now... Oh, that's not a good move. Oh, actually that was a good move. That was a bad move on MeowSensei's part. Yeah, let me see what would have been a better move, because he did that. Oh yeah, he got the act again here, so he teleported up there, and I think yeah the Breeze didn't deactivate because she's wearing her exclusive gear, and then yeah I think MeowSensei probably should have played that a little bit safer by leaving the Lost Him here and then trying to teleport there because he didn't need to make such a risk. Yeah, but I think he wanted to get in range so he could just pull you over here, which he got a little too greedy. So yeah. Lost some dies, which is not ideal. Very not ideal. But that pretty much leaves her up to being hit by Lucretia, who whiffs the kill, which not terribly surprising. Honestly, I think in this instance, he might have wanted to bring archers. Okay, so edge drop, oops. Skybreaker drop goes down, does a lot of damage, and then he just returns to past. He gets another breeze. But unfortunately, he's not going to be able to escape from that because Autocrado just pulls him over, and then he just moves back. And the lightning slash goes down, and then that's very dead Autocrado. Huh, I wonder how MeowSensei actually wins this. Ooh, that does like nothing. Another wind wall. That's hilarious. Oh, and she's using Balance Blade. That's interesting. So yeah, this is pretty... not looking very good for MeowSensei. I don't think this will... oh, that kills. So yeah, this is a very dead... yeah, very dead... Neozerata. So then... Lucretia farts out Black Hole, which is a lot of damage. Interesting. She regains that, and I think he's gonna, yeah, just Skybreaker drop again. And whiffs the kill. Oh, that's bad. It's not gonna really do much since she can, since the, yeah, she's gonna, the Lead Genesis is just gonna teleport in. And probably, yep, and that's a dead Lucretia. Oh. Yeah, Autocrado dies to just an auto attack. That's funny. Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay, so I think Zed actually won this. Oh, so that goes down. Kills off her. That's interesting. And then Neozerata moves her life again, which, oh well. And nope, that's not gonna do enough, though. Lightning Slash, so she's not gonna get a... okay, so she gets that, gets her life back, kills off the Arcane Golem. Ooh, wow, this is a very close match. And, pops that, so... oh. But, oh wow, but MeowSensei's life hadn't been killed. Didn't lose that life yet, and then Matthew's pretty much gonna die here. And, oh, that's a dead Lucretia. So yeah, now MeowSensei is firmly in control now, because there's pretty much nothing he can do against this Neozerata. So Cyclones of Light goes down, but Neozerata just has so much attack and so much health. Oh wow, and that just takes her out immediately. So yeah, now Zed pretty much needs to kill off the Neozerata here, but it's not really going to be enough. And then Neozerata just takes him out with a Air Slash. Jeez. That was a really close match. Very good as well. Yeah. I think Zed pretty much played this very well. He may have gone a little overextended, if I had to say anything, but he played that incredibly well. Also, I think it was just kind of a shame that his team didn't have, just whiffed a bunch of kills. In some spaces, like, I think his Matthew probably needs a little bit more attack to actually get what he wanted to get done. And getting that pick on MeowSensei's last one was fantastic. But yeah, MeowSensei was able to just come in and just kind of, well, go in and clean up with Neozerata, because Neozerata is just so strong. And I think it probably would have been better better to just ban out NeoZerda earlier rather than let her get through, because like every single match I got NeoZerda with, I won. So yeah. So I think, yeah, I pretty much covered everything that needs to get covered today. So yeah, thanks for joining me, everyone. I will probably, yeah, I'll be back next week or maybe even tomorrow to do some more game reviews, because I did do like 5 games today, but my throat is getting a bit dry, so I think I'm gonna just call it there. And yeah, thanks for joining, everyone. I will see you again in the next video, and I'll probably have the recording of this up later today. So yeah, look forward to that. All right, have a good one. Bye.